All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. All right, let's get this party started. And good morning, Safe. How are you? We're going to start talking about crude oil initially. So we know what that is, right? That is a captain setup short. So the market put on, good morning, Dean. How is the audio coming through right now? Just doing an audio check. Fine. All right. So what we got here on Friday as the market closed. No, that headset that I've had for a while. It just I just kept it down and didn't put it on my head. But if the audio is coming clear, then that's all I care about is you guys hearing quality audio. Now we got a market that produced a captain setup short in crude oil, and that happened on Friday. What I did is I came in there and posted the signal on Friday the 12th at 2:11 in StockTwits. Talked about it a little bit. Short signal generated in crude at 91.83, stops at 92.88, and target 1 through 3. And here you go, another posting of the rest of the targets after the market hit the first 3 for a massive move in crude oil. So you can see some of the commentary and the signals that we generate. We put it on StockTwits. And right now, what we're expecting from crude oil is rallies are shortable into the 89.50, and it's going to be an adding opportunity to what was generated on Friday into these levels. Target number 4 is going to be 82.79. It's a big ask from the market right now is to look that far, and the odds are we're going to probably back and fill and consolidate for a little bit before we make a new move. But the trend here is a short trend, and definitely worth looking at the short side on rallies. So from there, let's take a look at the next thing. Russell 2000 made a retracement overnight against Globex. We're seeing a lot of that happening lately. Okay, so that's definitely telling us that the market may be topping off a little bit here. And we're coming to the middle of the range. The middle of the range is an area where it could pause. And if we break anything above 2006, that will trigger a buy signal back into the 12 and potentially back to retest Globex. If we continue to trade under Globex throughout the day, that's going to trigger, and we don't gain control of it. Uh, we may end up selling off into the 90.7. So really where we at right now is a critical area for the longs to hold. And 2006, something that the market needs to close above fairly soon, right after the open. Gold, a little bit of back and fill here. So again, they hit Globex, opened, and sold off, and rallied into the middle of the range, and also gave us a continuation trade. That's a negative behavior overall, right this moment. So if we're looking at the actual, we have that one, then we have that one. Okay, here we go. So that is this channel, and we simply just broke that channel, that big channel that started with a break above 1717. And so the market can't come back and retest that bottom end of that channel. But the fact that we broke right here at 1804, 1805 is changing the mode of this market and the personality of this market. So we're going through a phase where they're doing in a way something similar to what they did here. Now the question is, can you break that high at 1802 and can you break the 1807? If those two things test well, then our resumption of the upward move. If we come to the 1808, 1810 and market fails, that this market is going to go back into target 3 and 4 and play around with that range. So we're going to be keeping a closer eye on gold as price is going forward. What I would be doing in here is wait for what? Wait for the market to come retest the top end of that range, potentially the 806.8. If it fails, I'll go short. If it doesn't, I'll wait for them to test 1810. If that holds and we start trading anywhere above 1814, then I'm going to start looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. So that is the strategy in gold. ES, the pullback similar. All the indices are going to be behaving and acting in similar way for the most part. So you're seeing ES pulling back. They're pulling back into the body of the aura cloud, and you are really looking for a close above 42.70 in order for the longs to reassert themselves. If we fail to do that, then we're going to retest 42.36, which is the middle of the range, and there the market has to kind of hold on the line, or otherwise we'll start digging deeper into the cloud and threaten the whole bullish rotation that we've been experiencing for the past few days. On a daily basis, that market is not, this is ES futures mini contract, and we talked about prior to that the gold market, and before that Russell 2000, and before that is crude oil, and we talked about the signal that we had in crude oil that happened on Friday at 91.80 and all the targets that we hit. And the next item on the agenda here, it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be NASDAQ. So the 200 NT wrinkle on NASDAQ is short here, and to be honest with you, it's a lot stronger than actually ES and Russell 2000. So NQ is definitely showing a bit more stability in price action. What we're looking at, Globex is going to be 571.5 right here, and if that price, if this candle we are in, we close up to that level, then that's going to be a continuation trade for a higher price. That's basically what the bulls are looking for in this instrument. Okay, if we start failing that and we continue like in the first half an hour of the day and we still have not closed above it, then you expect the price to dig into the harmony wave and start retesting the 13,432.50. What I'm going to be doing is simply to wait for that first half an hour and be patient. It's Monday early, and the best thing I can do is just kind of watch the market and learn the behavior of the day. And then when things are clear and we made our the first 5 assumptions and we feel like we are in sync with price action, then we're going to start acting and trading and making money. Okay. All right. Good luck, everybody. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and let's get Let's make it happen. Let's make some money. We are 3 minutes away from the cash market open. Okay. All right. So what we're seeing here, right off the bat, right when the market opened, let me move this stuff around. The market got to Globex fairly quickly, and that's the middle of the range. And they're pausing it here. So what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for a retracement, a pullback, and also a new harmony wave. So the market is tipping its hand early, which is good to see. And we talked about NASDAQ being stronger than the rest of the instruments. And it's demonstrating that fairly quickly by regaining control over Globex. So now pullbacks are viable against that 494 level. And they put 3 switch trades in a row, 1, 2, and 3. Target number 3 in this sequence is 607.5. So if I'm looking at this, I'm asking myself who's getting trapped. Right off the bat, it's the shorts are getting trapped. But let's see how long that would last. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Good morning. All right, so this is where I'm at for the day. No trades. So we're all starting from the same position. And we're getting to target number 3, 607 half. Market is moving. Hey, Omer. How are you, buddy? Good morning. Adnan, good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna post an order just to make sure that my orders are going through just fine. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna put in a captain setup right here. I'm gonna pause. I'm not gonna be jumping around in this market right now. I'm just gonna be more of an observer and just watch these signals. The expectation is to see this go back up to target number 3. If it fails here, then that will tell me that the market is ready for at least a back and fill. failure of that is going to be under that 90 and under that level right here, 87. Looks like they're going to go and retest Globex. ES, if they close this candle that we are in lower, that'll be a captain setup short, and we should see a push into the 59.68 with a stop above 66. See, similar to what we saw right here. But that has to hold. I mean, if they're going to run it up again, then that kind of screws up that idea. So we expected a pullback, and we got a run. See what they've done here? Captain set up short, sold it off. Captain set up short, sold it off. Captain set up short in the body of a new cloud that is positive, and they failed it. And let's see if they continue to fail it, because sometimes they do this, close that follow-up breakout candle, retest, and fail that whole structure. So that's the purpose of us being patient early in the morning to see what is working with these signals, what's happening. Adnan, yeah, ES is weaker than NQ. NQ is definitely the most dominant one out of all the instruments. And we're just right now getting a sense of what this market is trying to do. Right now, when they put a captain setup long here and they fail it, they retest it and come back with that type of behavior, that tells me that the market is ready to retest Globex and potentially go down to target number 1. So I wanna see what that is all about here. Let's play the game. Let's play the game. Here you go. And boom. Right, so we're seeing a disconnect between the 200 NT Rinko and the 100. What is that telling me? It's telling me that there's a pocket of short interest right now that's developing in the market, and that short interest is hitting target number 2. Rallies are shortable in it. I rather see 522.75, 522.75 in NQ before I go short. Why? Because that will conclude the 200 NT Rinko short. At least it'll be a retest. It will dive the market below the Globex band. And most likely the market will rally up a little bit from there, and we could see the quality of the rally and then decide how to get short. So a couple of things could happen here. One, and that will present us with different type of environments. Scenario number one is the market can reverse back up to that 597. They do that, then that will trigger back a switch trade long and a breakout of the 600 into higher prices. If the market, hold on, all right, that's scenario number one. Scenario number two will dip a little bit lower here into the 30 range and reverse, can still remain long in that environment, and or we hit the 22 and the 20, and then that will basically put us in a position where we have to start looking for shorting opportunities. Anything in between, for me, it's early and I'm learning the day. So I'm not going to be putting any trades in this environment. I mean, they put a captain set up long here, rally that one up. They're retesting ES with this type of formation where they broke it, came back, retested. So that is a consolidative in nature. And in NQ, we're simply just going below and above Globex. That type of behavior is designed to trap as many people as possible. So we're not going to play that game. And if we decide to play it, it's going to be more of a scalp than anything else. But we're not playing that game. So we're seeing this captain setup. We're seeing them running up to the middle of the range with it and coming retesting it. And so now that's going to be a line in the sand in a way where this captain setup here and that 545 needs to hold for the longs. But ultimately, what's happening right now is the market is out of sync and there's nothing for us to do but wait and learn. we are seeing, good morning, Ken. How are you? We're seeing, since we have a bit of a time here, channel number 1 and channel number 2. So the market needs to hold, I mean, at least for the people who are betting on the short side, they need to continue to hold under that 75 area. The market is not short, but we're going through a pocket of short interest here. And ultimately, you need to start trading under the 55. And that switch trade, if it happens, I may take a scalp in this market and just kind of play that game. They don't want to even entertain my order, huh? Okay, that's fine. I'm not chasing. Let them play that game. You see, it's within the body of channel number 2. Good morning, Sammy. How are you? Okay, so the key protecting the second channel. So that tells me if we break anywhere under that 55, yeah, we should be seeing a little bit of burst of energy toward the 40. Now, the interesting part is you're seeing a bit of ES action and a run up, and that's stronger than NQ. So now you're getting this disconnect between the indices where one will act strong and the other one will fail, and then they will reverse it back again. All right. Okay. This is a captain set up long on the 50 NT Rinko. And I'm just going to take it and start making money. Thank you. Thank you. And let's see if I can hold on for a bigger move. No, not really, huh? But that was classic trade right there. And what you got going on is the market broke the channel number 2, then built up a captain setup long on the 50 NT Rinko at that 71. I got in at 70, 72, and that's fine. And then in that run up, I sold, which is target number 2. Then tried to hold on to one for a bigger move that came and retested me. That's fine. 2 of the contracts paid off. And that is giving us this. So we're up on that decision. $487.76 to start us off for the day. And let's just keep working. Now, it's Captain setup long on the 50 NT Renko. And also you broke, Ken, we broke that channel number 2. So you got 2 signals telling me to go long, and I'm gonna take the switch trade part of it. Should expect a run up to 600 here. And here it comes. Thank you. Thank you. And out. So what happened here is a captain setup switch trade. I mean, if there is any trade that anybody needs to take is this one, because that is just a high probability event. And I had my orders at 1 contract. I needed to be in a whole lot more, but nonetheless, that's another successful trade, and we're gonna probably see a bit of a move. Safe, tell me you took that trade. Tell me you took that trade, because that just money right there. Money. All right, so we made a couple $100 on that second one, so we're up 703 on 2 decisions, and let's keep working. Yeah, that is, look at that, boom, that one just took off. Captain setup switch trades are very lucrative because it's literally telling us the entry is right here. At the 82, basically 83, which is the close of this candle, and the stop of it is the bottom of that candle. So it's very clear where I need to enter, where I need to get stopped, and some of the targets upward. Okay, so there's no guessing going on here. So we're seeing a little bit of fading going on at the top of that Globex range or band. Target number 4 in this sequence is 685 and a quarter. So the market is breaking out here. Omer, any trades with that captain setup switch trade? That's your baby in a way. You like that signal. You took two? Here we go. I knew you would have been on that trade. Did you take the captain setup before the switch or? Oh, there you go. So you took both of those decisions. Good. Yeah, good job. Good job. 30 captain setup. Where is that? I see a 30 captain setup and a switch trade. Oh, look at you. 5 contracts. Yeah, you definitely needed to size up on that one. I only had one. I needed to have a whole lot more. But yeah, it's okay. We just got started, right? So it's 8:58, uh, first half an hour. I typically would not trade that time frame, and I'm more of a patient person waiting for the first half an hour to pass by. But these two signals are just too lucrative and too um, clear not to participate in. Okay, 9 o'clock. So we have an FOMC member, Waller, speaks at 10:50 right here. So that would be something to kind of keep an eye on. But beyond that, as far as economic news, we don't have much of anything going on. So the cloud shifted right here, and they put an inception trade short on the 20 in T Rinco. The 200 and the 100 out of sync again. So we're seeing a distinct behavior here where the market just gives the impression of a run up and a breakout, and which is not an impression, it is a breakout, but then they retest back fairly quickly. We see them going to the top end of the Globex bands and then get faded into this move toward the middle of the range and also to Globex. And Globex is 571.50. So you're getting that type of behavior, and we're past 9 o'clock. Okay, interesting price action right here. I mean, they're coming to the middle of the range, pausing, consolidating. I won't call you crazy, PJ. I will maybe call you visionary. Okay. So what we got going on here, most likely they're going to sell off a little bit here. But let's see if there is an opportunity for us to play the game. I'll play it for a quick scalp and a quick stop. I ain't gonna give it any more than what you're seeing right here. Really? Wow. Okay, they got me on it. That's fine. That switch trade did not hold. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, I have to keep my stops tight, and this market kind of made a couple of rotations and hit low. So you're seeing them fading into that area, and I like that. I like that. So now, I mean, as far as really getting short, I need to wait, and I need to wait for the market to get to 547. 547. That's where, if we get to that level, we should expect a market that will rotate in a more aggressive manner on the short side. Okay. And the market right now is disconnected, so patience is a trade. So that's that last trade that we did, and we're up 554 and moving on to the next decision, okay? Well, what you're getting, Omer, is the market is out of sync. So in a market that is out of sync, you're just waiting on everything to kind of line up. So less trading for me here. Yeah, whenever you see that, because I see what you're looking at, like the theta give you a captain setup. Is whenever you see that type of disconnect going on, the market is literally telling you to wait. Not a bad idea. Target number 3 in the sequence hit. Adnan, are you going short? I'm assuming. Here you go. So now the target to this sequence has to be, I mean, obviously we have the 48 level. So we should be getting 48 level on that whole rotation. And once we get there, then the next target is going to be 519. ES hit the top end of Globex, came back in and faded, give us a new cloud, and we're hitting target number 2. Rallies are shortable as well in ES right now. So rallies into, why is it keeps doing that? Oh, on the 50 NT, yeah, yep. I see that one too, Adnan. Look at you all harmony up, looking at the harmony signals like a pro. Good morning, optimistic. I like your name. That's my middle name, by the way. George Optimistic Habash. Right now, optimistic. We're hyper focused on trading NASDAQ. Once the market slows down and we're not putting on any more trades, I'll start going into other charts and look for opinion. So thank you for your patience. Yeah, we got a lot of money on the line here. Yeah. So we're coming into this Globex, not Globex, but yeah, it's the Globex number to the tick, and we keep hitting it and fading back. I don't trust it. Let me just put it this way. I don't trust that move. I just got to see us separating away from this middle of the range price action. Okay, so I want to see the following. I want to see the market get to 48, which it will, by the way, and then a retest of Globex one more time. Then come talk to me. Here comes the 48. Close, but it needs to get there. Here you go. So we got to that 48, 42. Oh, come on, Adnan. No, PJ. No, man. I mean, the day's not over. I mean, the shorts are getting a bit of a little bit of celebration. It's not even celebration, to be honest with you. We're just getting a pocket. That's all what we got here. So we've seen the market do weirder things, where it sells off, then do a V reaction to the highs, uh, V reversal to the highs. So I keep my head on a swivel, and I respect the market in every possible way. It can go up, it can go down. I'm just gonna keep myself lined up in the right direction, which is having the 200 and the 100 in my favor, and then look for the harmony signals to show up. I'll take them, I make money, I move on. No, I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding. I wasn't I wasn't giving you a hard time at all. I'm just keep it simple. Keep it simple. 61. All right. So what is this type of market telling me? It's telling me the following. I need to see a disconnect of the harmony wave and a reconnect of it, and that will get me to start getting short. So what's the expectation here? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't come back and tag that 571 just fairly quickly here and see how. Yeah, so I want to see a bit of a rally, maybe a disconnect of the 200 and the 100 and reconnect of it, and that will get us going. So you could see where we at right here in the middle of the range on the 100 NT Rinko. So that's typically a pause area. You could see them coming into it and reversing. They did it here, did it there, did it here. It's going to be a spot where the longs are putting up a bit of a fight, a little bit of a accumulation of it, and their purpose is to start selling above Globex. So again, that's not a spot I wanna like. I don't want to go against the 200 and the 100, but I understand what they're trying to do here. So I'm just gonna watch them do it. Yes, Adnan, it's 6 NT Rinko on ES. And here you go. They're tagging that Globex. So these are the decisions we made so far, and we're up 554 to start us off for the day. Let's keep working. All right. Okay. So what we expected them to do, they are doing, right? And they're bouncing it right back up into Globex. They were accumulating in that range and trying to sell it into above Globex. And now you have the 200 and the 100 NT Rinko out of sync. So what does that mean? That means that I'm going to be patient and wait for the following. I want to wait for the market to get to 545. 545 will get that market back in sync on the short side. Now the market can run up a little bit more, retest the top end of the Globex band, and then come back in to Globex. As long as we do not, actually, no, that's not going to work. As long as we do not break above 624, we need the market to kind of reassert itself on the short side, because that running anything above that 2025 will close the 200 into Rinko to the upside, and that will generate a switch trade long. So the shorts got to hold the line here and make sure that that doesn't happen. Right now, the market is out of sync, and we are dead into Globex, and this is not an area I want to be active in. It's just simple as that. It's consolidation, rotations, traps back and forth. They'll look like they're running it up, and then they fade it into Globex. They're going to make it look like the market is going to about to collapse under Globex and reverse it. They're going to spend some time here. And in that, I want to be an observer and not a trader. The whole purpose of me kind of programming and designing this Globex band is to alert me to the fact that we are in this dead zone where things can get a bit wonky. And now we're in it. Good morning, Gary. So you see, they're dancing. They're doing the hula dance in and around Globex. Nothing really going on. They faded up, they faded down. They're playing around that Globex. Oh, potential captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko. Thank you, Adnan. I didn't see that. I mean, you got to break 71, which is Globex, and I'll play around with that. And the stop to that rotation is the 600. We're not there yet. You got to break below 71.5. Come on, run up a little bit. See how they just kind of sold it off here. I need to see a bit of a rally back up. Yeah, I'll take one here. I'll take one here. And 83. Want to see it break below 65. Obviously, the 71. I took one off, canceling that order. And let's see if we can get a flush. I mean, get me to 55, and it's coming. 55.75, so we're fading the 55. It's pausing here, so which is an issue, but and that would be a thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's how that's done. Good call, Adnan. Good call right there. Thank you for keeping your eyes open to what's going on here. So in that decision, we made basically a little bit over $500 on 2 contracts, and we are up to 1,086 on 3 decisions. And let's just keep working. Hey, good morning, Hadid. How are you, buddy? How are you? Oh yeah, I see what you did, Omer. That's a good one too. I got I got in early, but I knew. I mean, I wouldn't call it early. I got in there, but I knew that I have that rotation all the way up to that 95. So I mean, I had the room in which I can operate within, and I got in the first, I got in the second. I mean, you could say I got out of that first one a little bit early, but not necessarily, because typically this is where they kind of pause, and I'm very close to target number 1, which is good enough. Then I'm looking for target number 2, which is 550. We got close enough at 55. So we saw what we saw, and we made money. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm with you 100% on that one, Omer. It was a bit riskier considering uh, where we at in price action, and we're not at the point we're not in sync either. But this is what got me excited. This is something that you see quite often in the 50 NT wrinkle, is whenever you see a captain set up short, and Ken can pay attention to this part of the discussion. Um, whenever they have a captain set up short and or long, it doesn't matter. And out of the 4 candle formation that generated that signal, you have a wick that pierced that whole formation, then came back into the body and closed the signal. That is a stronger signal than one that just basically everything was about the same, because that signify an exhaustive behavior in price action. There's a lot of buyers that really got excited and they really got reversed. So whenever I see that, I get a little bit more aggressive with the signal than if I see just a regular captain setup with just about everything the same. Does that make sense? You're really looking at human behavior here. And human behavior here is you got a lot of people that got trapped, and they were exuberant in the way they got trapped, and typically their reaction toward it is going to be also exuberant on the downside. That's exactly right. And that's exactly what we saw in that captain setup long. And when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm in. And they did it exactly in the same spot. They were just truly trying to trap people. I mean, this is what you're seeing all day long. Okay. And you just have to see through it. And then you have to see a way to make money out of it. And that's the way. Yeah. Yes, Sheila. We're looking for short opportunities in NQ, and now we have a switch trade on the 100 NT Rinko, so we're looking for rallies to get involved into here. It's 10 o'clock, so let's see what they want to do here. You got a lot of things going on. You got the captain set up short on the 100 NT, on the 50 NT Rinko. And you got a switch trade on 100 NT Rinko. You got a full reversal on the 200 NT Rinko short, and we're trading under Globex. So we got a lot of things working here. Okay. I mean, if this candle closes lower, 84 is my stop to this rotation. So whatever I do here, it needs to have a stop of 84. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, Omer. So the 84 is a problem. Not yet. I mean, if this 50 NT Rinko reverses to that 45 area, then you got a captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko, and that would make it two in a row in the same spot. And that would be crazy, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have expected to see that ever. Okay. I'm gonna play. Let me see if I can play. Okay, wow. I'm playing. But it's gonna be really. I'm gonna have to reduce it to even here. It's either gonna work or it's gonna flip and run. If it runs, then it's gonna threaten 83, 84, and I don't want to be short in it. I'll give it a shot here, but not anymore. I'm out. Well, look at that. Okay, let's see what they're trying to do here. Yeah, I mean, if it's see, that's the joy of trading around Globex. You get that kind of nonsense going on. But I'll keep it small. Yeah, if they get down to that 60 again, that'll be interesting. That means we tested the captain setup on the 50 and yeah, here we go. See that? As captain setup short, we came in and retested it at that 60. Ah, it was a good idea. Yep. I mean, I could have worked. I could have worked the range and made a stop at the high of 84. So I would have risked 11, 13 point. Here we go. But it's all right. Sometimes you're just gonna have to let him go, right? Don't get too excited about him. Let him go. So that's that trade, and let's just keep working. Okay. I'll take one, and I have to be able to add to it in this range with a stop above 85. And what I'm looking forward to is a break below 40 into 25, 20. I'm taking this because it's just taking too much time. I still think it's a good one, but I took the profit or just a small scalp here, and boy, I'm going to regret that exit. That's fine. That's fine. I gotta trade what I see. We're spending a lot of time here. We're coming and retesting and retesting. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? The reaction should be just a flush, and the market is not flushing. But they just held on to it a little bit longer to get me out, and then they went. But profit is a profit, and I will take it and move on. I made $50 bill on that one. Let's see if we can get back in though. And how would we get back in? We need a new harmony wave to get us back in, and or we have to kind of find a formation here between the 50 to 55 to 58 that like a captain setup or lower high or something that will get us back into the trade. So the elements of the trade are environment, behavior, signal. Oh yeah, well that's why I keep saying 83, because of that. I can visually see what the and that's a good one, Ken, to draw as well, because I keep saying a specific um, price for an exit because it is right here. That is the channel number one that we are in, and that exit right here is consistent with that declining channel. Just by the way, if you can make money in this current environment, that type of market, you can make money in any environment, because this is literally um, a meat grinder in a way in price action. And anybody that's trying to trend trade is getting whipped up. So we're getting to that rally between 50 and 58. Let's see if they hold that line or not. Yeah. Yeah, Omer, that was a good one. Yeah, in this environment, I mean, I'm really trying to hold on. I I am to hold on to a trade that's gonna flush, but you're not getting it. And maybe they'll spend enough time in this range, and then later on they'll flush the whole market. But right now, you're getting this type of behavior where given an impression of of a sell or a flush, and then they rally it back up to where Globex, then they run it up, giving you the impression of a big trade on the long side, and then flush it back down. So we got to recognize where we at and just act accordingly. Manage. This is an environment where, when I look at this trade here where I got in perfectly and got out for a small, $50 profit, and the market had a lot more to offer. But I look back and it's like, hey, listen, don't. This is not the environment where you hold on for a bigger move. That's why we have this uh, Globex band, because when we are right in the middle of it, you have to trade the market a bit differently. Well, here you go again. We have Captain set up long on the 100 NT Rinko, and the market is disconnected, but you have that signal. So what do we do with it? I'm going to have to look for a pullback at the risk of missing a move to 600. We're 15 points away from it, so it's not necessarily that lucrative for me to just jump in here on this Captain setup. I would like to see a pullback, and if the market actually gives me a new harmony wave, that would be ideal in this situation. But I have to be willing to miss out on this trade, because I'm from risk perspective, it's not necessarily the best risk reward if my target, and one of my targets, is a whole number 10 points away when the signal got generated when I'm around Globex. Think about that. So we're in the middle of the middle against a whole number. Again, they may just run it up here, but I'm going to have to make a choice to look for a more decent pullback before I participate. Hey Lee, how are you? Yeah, well, right now they have a signal to the upside, which is a captain setup long on the 100 NT Rinko, and we are kind of looking for a pullback to buy into with a target into 621. And if that happens, then you will get a rotation that will take us to the, to the 650 and beyond. So we do have a formation here and actually a signal. Not only that, but you're rolling over this captain setup long short. So that becomes a buy signal as well. So that I agree. Well, I do see where that bias comes from. But right now, I just need a good entry point that I can feel comfortable with. And I wouldn't just simply just buy. I mean, there was an 83 buy, and that made 10 points. But I rather see the following: the harmony wave disconnect, then reconnect back in. If that happens, I'm going to look for that first reaction and look for a signal in that location and get in. So it's not enough for me to have an environment. I need a behavior, then I need a signal. Sheila, kind of the same behavior going on with ES. We need a cloud that is positive. We need a pullback, and we need a signal once the market gives us a cloud that is positive. So take a look here. Something similar to that, where the market, consolidate, comes back in here. That's uh, a railroad long signal. So we need to see something that looks like that in order for us to say, yeah, I will go long here. Uh, we're not there yet, but that's the part where we have to kind of wait for it to develop. Hey, Pat, how are you, buddy? Welcome back. Good to see you. So let's do a tally up here. It's 10:29, almost to the bottom of the hour. How's everybody doing? Lee, Omer, um, Adnan, Optimistic, Mark, hey Gary, Hadid, Sheila, Ken, Pat, Safe. How's everybody doing? Any trades? Okay, yeah, they're so they closed the second candle and we got to the 600. Plus 250 for Gary. Good job. How's everybody else doing? Yep. Ken, how are we doing? Okay, that's good. Keep drawing those channels, man. Keep drawing those channels. Yeah, it's not a push, it's a grind. Yeah, I'm with you. But it looks like they wanna close at 24. I mean, and if that's the case, because typically, I mean, let's just put it this way: uh, the market that is about to follow through on its original direction on the 200 NT Rinko does not do this. Sometimes, and it's a rare occasion where they would kind of retest those highs, then flush back in, but it's a very rare occasion. And typically, whenever they get up to this level of a 98, which is it's the close of two candles or three candles back, that's typically tells me that there's a good probability that they're going to close this candle up. And when that happened, then you got yourself a switch trade on the 200 NT Rinko and a potential breakout with a stop right under that 540 on a swing basis. And that is a captain setup long. So that 83, I guess that's all they wanted to give us. I mean, they did not want to, close the harmony wave and give us a new one. They just kept the first one that they started with and just did minor moves within it. So I would have had to be aggressive in order to kind of participate here. And I was saying early, I'm passing on this and I may miss it, but I'm looking for something that gives me better odds. Same thing with the ES. I mean, now you're getting a cloud that is positive. Now let's see if we can get a pullback that holds. The same thing for NQ. Where would that pullback be? Anywhere between 73 and 71. What do we expect to happen there? A pause, a reversal, run up, and a pullback that tests with a lower with a higher low. That will tell me that that market, ES, is ready for a continuation trade and a trend. Yeah, PJ, I may all work out. 14,000? 14,000. That's 400 points away. Well, it's going to take a minute to get there. It's going to take a minute. Hey, Digitron, I didn't know you were in here, man. You got to stop by and say hi. PJ, you're a mad scientist. That's what you are. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. All right. So that whole sequence that we're seeing here started with this captain set up long, and that happened on August the 9th. So if you are swing trading NASDAQ in any form or fashion, do pay attention to those captain setups. They are extremely powerful and they will set you up for big moves in that market. And since we're swing trading, we're talking about swing trading and helping PJ along the way. So here we go. We got that switch trade. Target number 3 in this sequence is 13,734. Then we got an extension, and this is FIP extension. We got the 13.9. Then we got the next target from there, believe it or not, is 14,129. Target number 4 in this sequence is 14,274. Then you got target number 5, 14,633. Then you got target number 6 if you dream. Big enough, 15,173. So as long as we have a harmony wave right here, then we have a potential of hitting the next target and the one after that and one after that. Now, once we get anywhere above 13,800 to 900, that area will kind of pause, consolidate. It may give us a little bit of short pockets from time to time, but nonetheless, that would be the trajectory as long as we continue to show strength. Yeah, well, year 14.2 is it's target number 4. It's 14,274. So you're not mad after all. All right. So now the market has closed the 200 NT Rinko, supported the captain setup short that we had here. All right. I mean, captain setup long on the 100 NT Rinko that we saw. Okay. So now pullbacks are viable. We are looking for a harmony wave to reestablish itself. And that means that we need to see a market that will sell off a little bit here into the 600 and retest and close this harmony wave and establish a new one. If that happens, then that gives us the opportunity to actually get into this trade and participate on the upside. Where's the next target in the sequence? On the 20 NT Rinko, we're looking at a target number 3 at 628. Target number 4 will be 694. So the interesting part to me is the following: our capacity to see this pocket of selling interest and participate in it and make money in it and get out of the way of trouble, you know? So that is a good thing to see. We got about 17 minutes to the top of the hour, and we're still looking for an entry. We may totally miss it, but I don't care really. There's always going to be another trade just around the corner. Yeah, that's a nice flush up here. Looky, looky. I guess the trap has been set. So we are so far made, let me see how many decisions. That's one decision, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We made 6 decisions today. And $1,000 for the day. Not bad for a Monday. And if you feel like this stream has helped you in any way and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, share, comment, like, hit the like button 2 times in a row if you can. And we appreciate your support. We also, you can join us in our private Harmony Trading room where you can get a 5-day free trial in the room, and also includes a trial of the Harmony Trading system software. So that edge that you're seeing in front of you that allowed us to make money today, you could have it on your screen and have the opportunity to give it a try. And you can go to YouTube also, and since you guys are on YouTube anyway, but I'll show you something here. Could come in and take a look at our past live streams, and you can see the consistency in which we trade. And you could go back to each individual day, and you click on this day, for example, and you can come in here under shortcuts to watch the trades and click on each of these trades, and it's just about a minute away from the actual decision, so you could hear the conversation that led to the idea, and then see the trade and see the result, and you know what the cumulative amount for the day is and where it came from. And it's not enough to see all that stuff on a piece of paper. It's important to know the logic and the conversation that led to the trade and the conclusion of that trade. So I put all of that out there, and that is my proof of concept. And that proof of concept that tells us the following, that what we do works. And you don't have to take my word for it. You just have to see it. Good job, Omer. Good job. Good job, PJ. Good call. All right, guys. Yeah, Adnan, if you're interested in like Apex or any other funding accounts, let me know. I can kind of gear you in the right direction. Apex is a good one because it gives you the most amount of flexibility. Top Step Trader recently have kind of under pressure of competition came in and kind of changed some of their very, in my opinion, very restrictive, non-trader friendly rules to kind of answer Apex. Be honest with you, but if you are, you can take a look at their program, and I have a 50% discount code right here. And if you want to know more about Top Step Trader, I'm also an affiliate with them, and I can guide you in that direction as well and tell you what they have. But between, I've been around both, and I can tell you very comfortably, Apex has the most uh, flexibility out of the two. And that's why they're just gaining massive momentum in the market of funding companies. To be honest with you, it's a great way to get into the business of trading, and at least not invest your money first, right when you get into this business, because you're going to go through learning experiences, and you better, learn these lessons, and some of them are hard lessons in trading. uh, you know, Paying $80 for a $50,000 account at Apex versus putting 2-3 grand in an account and blow it because you're still learning. So it's a good stepping stone that puts you in a position where you have to learn patience, discipline, understanding market structure, market behavior, signals, money management, and emotional management. All these skill sets that you have to kind of learn to grow as a trader. You could learn it cheap, or you could learn it the hard way and expensive. So, so we're getting a push, and that push is consistent with this captain setup. I mean, that captain setup was an 83 winner. And if you're looking at the Harmony Wave started and never finished. It just kept on going and going and going, and never gave us that pullback that we wanted in order to participate in it. Not understanding your question, Adnan. In the past, or do you have any idea about them? In the past, what? And do I have an idea about them, of about what? I've heard about them, never researched them. The earn to trade. Mm-mm. I'll look into them though. All right, guys, that's it for me. Good day, good trading day. I feel like we read the market correctly. We found pockets of selling interest and we went short in it, made money. We found long pockets, we made money. We overall we read the market fairly good and kept our risk control in a very tight manner. Okay, so we went long here, made money. We went short here, kept it tight, and we got stopped out before the market rolled over. That's fine. Here we went short and short into a captain setup and made money. Went short and covered for small amount, short and covered for small amount of profit. And then here we started to look for a disconnect of the harmony wave and a reconnect of it that never happened, and then the market did what it did. So a good day, $1,000, good enough, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow, and we will do this exact same thing the same way. Precision is a what? A decision, and money loves structure. Remember that. Precision is a decision. Okay, so okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.